Well, across the country, thousands of students are heading off to college for the very first time. Ben's son was one of them. But how much financial independence should parents actually give them? That's a good question. Financial advisor and president of SGL Financial, Steve Lewit, is joining us now to share some tips with us for helping students become financially independent. Hello to you.
Good to see you, Lourdes.
Good to see you
It keeps
too.
coming back. Kids keep going to school.
I know. And money is a big issue. Not only are you spending a whole lot of money to pay for college, to pay for that education, but you got to give your kid a little cash to get through those weeks and months. So how much should you be giving them? I guess what type of financial conversation should you have with them before they go?
Yeah, I actually think there are two conversations.
Okay.
One is the budget, of course. What are they going to spend on food, clothing, books, and entertainment? But I think the potentially bigger conversation is about responsibility. And what I mean by that is, what are the parents paying for? What is your student responsible for? Are they getting a part-time job? And what happens when the money runs out? You know, the last conversation you want to have with a student is to say to them when they're off to school, just call me when you run out of money. You know, college is just a great time for a new student, especially to learn about the real world and how money works. So give them that responsibility.
Yeah, I would say don't call me if you run out of money.
Don't
Okay,
call me.
figure
I
it
don't
out.
want to hear from
Figure
you.
it out. All right, so should you pay some of their bills, right? Because I think when they're kids, you're so used to sort of doing everything for them. You're paying the mortgage, you're paying the utilities. They don't really have that responsibility. So should you take that on as a parent to, you know, if they have an apartment, to pay that rent every month and then they handle the rest? How should you do it?
Yeah, we have this protective mechanism in us that we want to follow them into school. I prefer to give students a lump sum of money to work with. And then when I do that, rather than give them an allowance, which they feel is like an entitlement. So I give them a lump sum of money. Then what do they have to do? They have to open a checking account. They have to open a savings account. They have to learn how to balance a checkbook, which, by the way, you're going to have to teach them because most students don't know how to do that. And they learn how to do this. Now, if they make a mistake, they're making it while they're still in school. It's an inexpensive mistake, better than making that same mistake 5 years after college when you might have hundreds of thousands of dollars of student debt. So don't pay for it. Let them do their thing and give them the opportunity to fail. It's a lesson that
So wait a minute. You're saying give them a lump sum for the year, or just make it a monthly, you give them this month, this much, you know, each month?
Yeah, a certain amount each month. A year is hard to handle.
Most that could get you into trouble.
Most adults have a hard time with the year. A lump sum each month, but let them parse it out. Let them figure out what they need here, what they need here. And although you want to get in there and show them, let them do it. Let them, if they run low on money for 2 weeks, that's life, right? It happens to all of us.
Well, and I would imagine one of the other things that parents need to worry about, you know, I remember when I was in college, they had all those booths with credit cards to sign up for a brand new credit card. I don't know if they do that anymore, but that could get you into quite a bit of trouble. So you actually have to have that conversation with them as well.
Absolutely. You know, the research from Wallet Hub, I believe, says that 85% of students now have credit cards, and they're quite easy to get. But here's the deal. That credit card should have a very low limit, and the student has to understand that you pay that credit card off at the end of every month. The credit card is not a license to spend. It's not a license to splurge. It's not extra income for you. You know, Lourdes, the bottom line on all of this for me is that, yes, send your kids to college with money, but more importantly, the way I see it is send them with a plan on how to manage that money. And that will give them a feeling of autonomy. It will give them self-respect. It will give them confidence. And those are the qualities that you really want to nurture that will pay off for them for the rest of their lives.
Good advice. Steve Lewit, thank you so much. We'll talk to you again soon.
Always a pleasure.